Okay, this is the second video on pinning this head. If you see this right here, you can see that I put a pin right there. Normally I would probably try to step over that pin a little bit more, but I went down the side of this boss here for the head fastener. And this is nickel. And there's a crack here, and I thought about that, and I'm just going to leave that crack alone because it's just too thin here. And this is one of these deals where, these heads have been reworked and rolled severely. And when you roll the head, you got to close up this passageway here. Well, that's all good and fine, and you'll probably get a little more power out of the heads, but really at a certain point in time, you got to ask yourself, is it really worth the effort to do all this and then have the head fail? Because this head has failed. I don't know how many runs, how many years this head's been in service, but it makes it hard to do any repair. And being that the nickel is here, and I don't care if you put it in an oven or not, it doesn't really seem to always cooperate. And when I got to go in and fix it, makes problems with the taps, which these aren't cheap. Of course, nothing's cheap nowadays. But anyways, you can see it's taking a chunk out of the tap. So I really can't go down much further with this pin. I've utilized the whole length of the pin. The pin is going all the way through the back side of the head. There might be a little cleanup there. You might see a witness of a pin. There's not much I can do. I can't go down any further without jeopardizing breaking the tap off in the head. That is something that I do not want to do today. So I'm going to leave that one there. I'm going to catch this one. This one I'm going to pin here. This is right in the nickel, and this one's going to be tricky. I got to be very careful. I've got some stainless steel tap wax that I'll probably use on that one, and this one here shouldn't be no problem. And I've run them right through. The spark plug tapered seat is just about right on it, and it is what it is. I don't have too much of a fear of it not seating the plug, but there's just not a whole lot of options to go on this. So I'll thread this one in, and I'll show you how I dust it off. I'm going to put the phone up on here. Phone camera. So it's probably not going to get the best quality of pictures, but I'll try to get it going for you. Pin's already been prepped. I have sealer in the hole. I'm going to put a little sealer on it right now. I'm using high heat sleeve retaining from Loctite 638. Normally I score these. I'm not going to score this one because it's going to get run all the way as far as I can run it. Okay, so I take an old valve spring shim and set it on the deck. Take my cutoff wheel. It's going to get noisy and there ain't much I can do about it. Hold it fairly flat. That's how I chop them down. Okay, so that's 60 thousandths of the deck right now. I've got another shim laying around here that's 15 thousandths. And of course, I can't find it now. This is a new shim. I'd prefer a used one, but when I'm done with it, it ain't going to be a shim no more. Take a punch and I'm just going to punch around it a little bit. This is a body shop file. Thinking when I capped this, it brought material up from the head, and I did not clean that up because I wanted that little extra material, the filler. I'm going to give it a few more taps with the peen it over a little bit. Hit it with the file again. Holding the file as flat as I can. I'm not trying to gouge the head. In a perfect world, it's only going to take the high spot off. Never can have clean enough and sharp enough files, and unfortunately my files are getting dull. The old files seem to be the best. You can buy a brand new hardware file and it'll last you maybe one job. Okay, when this is all said and done, this head should be surfaced. But I'm going to check it, but it really should be surfaced. Okay. I put 3 pins in that already. Sorry about the finger. And you can see there's a pin here, there's a pin there, and you know, you can see it. Yes, you can. I'm not going to pretend you can't. But this will seal up the firing ring. This pin's going all the way through the head. I would have liked to have had it a little bit longer. You can see that it's going up here. So I'll clean that up. I'll spot face that a little bit with just a die grinder. There's no need to spot face it with the mill. So, and I've got a pin here. And that's it. You can see that this one's going right straight through, and this one here, and this one here. So you know we're close, but I don't have a I don't think we'll have an issue with anything seating. That's kind of it, but you can see the head's kind of thin. So like I said, you know, you can get more power out of them, sure. But what's the usable use going to be? I mean, how long are you going to get out of them before you have a problem like this? You know, if they didn't put the nickel in here, they probably wouldn't have had a problem. And everybody's got an opinion, and this is mine, but you know, it's hard to tap it, and it's hard to deal with that nickel. It's almost like stainless. You know, so stainless tapping wax would probably be better. And, you know, on this one, I'm probably going to use stainless steel tapping wax. So that's it. I'm not going to film the rest of it. It's going to be probably not that exciting. But basically, you know, I've gone over the pins and this one's done. So I wanted to show this and how I do it. And that's it. And, you know, sorry about the poor quality videos, but, you know, sooner or later, maybe I'll get better at it.